Hi, everyone. This is Fugu from Cre8rDAO, and I'm here with KauriHero from the Masq Network. How's it going?
Oh, great, Fugu. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you on. We're going to be talking today about Coordinape, which you said that you in the Masq community use pretty often.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've been using it steadily for the last 4 months, so it's been pretty good.
Awesome. So let's just start off asking basically, what is Masq and what's your role there?
Yeah, well, Masq Network is a decentralized, privacy-based solution. So we're building a mesh network which operates with a lot of the benefits of traditional VPNs and also a lot of the benefits of Tor. But we've sort of combined them into a peer-to-peer network, which is truly decentralized. So you leverage all the advantages of those other technologies, and then allows users to basically surf the web uncensored. So the ultimate goal is to allow people who wherever they live to access any content online. And then the future versions will eventually be what we call clandestine, which means anyone who observes that user can't tell that they're using the Masq software. So that's the ultimate goal. But essentially, it operates, as a privacy network, peer-to-peer.
That's a really cool project. I'm going to definitely do some research after this interview.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So how did you guys go from being pre-Coordinape to Coordinape users?
Yeah, good question. So, I missed out in the last question answer from me that I'm the project manager. So, yeah, pre-Coordinape, we are, being very, very decentralized. We have a lot of people working in remote places, different time zones. We do meetups with different groups. So we're sort of, there's different people on the team that work in clusters. And so as the project lead, often I'm doing rewards for different people at different times. Sometimes I'm asking for follow-up from groups of people contributing, saying, hey, how did you three go this week or this month? What did you work on? And we get some stand-ups that we do in a public channel, a team channel. So yeah, pre-Coordinape, it was very, I guess it was very scattered, and I was trying to do payouts and rewards and things like that, kind of running from a spreadsheet, which is very old school. So I was searching constantly for ways to make it easier, to make it more team driven, where people internally can say, hey, I really liked what this guy contributed to or this girl contributed to this week, and made it in a more decentralized, democratic way. So we came from that with really no systems besides basic record keeping, and then jumped in to look at what Coordinape could provide, which was great.
And when do you guys use it?
It's a good question. It's very flexible. So what we liked about Coordinape at the beginning was you could sort of define the epochs. So those who are listening who are new to Coordinape, you can basically define for your circle of people or users in your Coordinape group, you can define epoch periods for any amount of time and reflect that on previous amounts of time. So for us, we moved to doing what we call a fortnight. So here in New Zealand, a fortnight is 2 weeks. Some countries have a different term for that, bi-monthly, I think some people call it. But essentially, we do an epoch every 2 weeks, and the epoch runs for 4 days. So all of the people who contributed in that last 2 weeks can vote across 3 to 4 days of who they worked with, what they contributed, and then they allocate those gift tokens.
And what's the average size of your Coordinape circles?
Well, we've scaled it out a little bit. It started small with some of our community admins and then several team members who sort of coordinate them, no pun intended. So we started with 4, and now we've got about 10. Also because we've grown our admin and community channel teams, but also enlisted a few more people who contribute regularly to our team. So right now it's still, we're still building it out and getting more active on there, but we've got 10 consistent members in there, and that's what we're using in our current circle.
And then after the Coordinape's done and all the gives are given, what do you do next? You disperse the Masq token?
Oh, you mean like with the rewarding or the allocations?
Exactly.
Yeah, so we made it a little bit fun. So one cool thing that we saw released as a feature several months ago was you could add, skills onto your Coordinape profile. So when you sign in with your wallet, you could say, here are my skills. And one of them is like memes. And one of them is, trolling or, different little joke things. But we sort of said to everyone, hey, go ahead and put, things that you think you're strong at and your strengths, and people can comment on them. And then we also named the gift token Maskies. So it's a little sort of play on our Masq token. And that was also to help new members coming into the circle sort of get the concept that when they're doing rewards, they're not giving a one-to-one reward of a Masq token, like a real token. They're going with the allocation of, the gift tokens. So we named those Maskies. And then after the epoch's done, me and another co-founder, we look at the allocations, we look at the percentages of who's earning what, what they received, who opted in, who opted out. And then we would basically allocate the reward pool for that epoch to the members, and we send them out, after a few days. So it all works pretty well.
Nice. That sounds very similar to what we're doing at Cre8rDAO, actually. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're aware, but with version 2 of Coordinape, there's going to be a disperse setting or a disperse feature actually part of the app itself.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome because that one aspect that does take a little bit of time, and it's a little scary when you look at the gas ticker and you're like, oh no, and you don't want your teammates to think, oh, maybe they've forgotten to do the allocations. But yeah, when gas is crazy, it can take a lot. Thankfully, I've used, as a team, we use a multi-sig on a Gnosis wallet, Gnosis Safe, which has a few dApps in there, but that would be amazing. And I think I did read a little bit about that Coordinape is putting that in as a feature. So that's going to be really helpful for anyone who does these circles like us, or people who are wanting to use Coordinape for their project to know that it's just going to make it very efficient and helpful.
And what are your favorite things about Coordinape as it stands right now?
I just like how easy it is to onboard people now. They've got a great new feature, or it's a few months old, I think, where you can vouch. So team members can sort of nominate someone that they think should be added, and if several other members, you can set as an admin, you can set how many people need to vouch for that member to be included. But if several people all back them, then they get added to the circle, and people can start allocating tokens to them, the gift tokens for their contributions, which is really cool. That's a really good feature. The other thing I really enjoy and the other team members enjoy is the allocate map. So you can see, the flow in a nice visual network of who's contributing to who with some colors, and who's gifting to which group, which people are getting the most from where. It's really good to actually visualize that contribution process and see where those allocations are going. So those two things are really big as well. And lastly, just how easy it is to sign in and use. So you can use any wallet that you've added for that member to sign and do the allocations, do the notes that you're adding for different members. And yeah, it's really cool. I mean, they've done a really, really good job at that Coordinape team, putting it all together and listening to all the feedback from projects like us using it.
Aside from renaming the gives to Maskies, are there any other fun stories or eccentricities that you guys have brought into the Coordinape circles?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because at first it was a little tough for a few members to sort of get around the process of how it works, and because it's kind of new for some people too. So yeah, we did a few little games here and there to kind of get people, to make sure they allocate. And one thing that really helped was we added the Coordinape Discord bot into our Discord. So we've got our own channel, which is called Coordinape for the private team, and all the admins are in there. And then we've renamed the bot, something funny for Masq. I think it's called Masq Ape or something like that. And so it sends little messages when the epochs start, and then we all throw gifs at it and memes at it, and sort of hassle the team members if we note it, because it gives you updates if someone's allocated or not and who hasn't, and we start pushing the ones that haven't done their allocations and making jokes about them. And it just makes it fun and engaging and reminds everyone, so that's pretty fun.
Awesome. You guys sound like a fun DAO. Maybe I'll join your Discord after this interview.
Yeah, please do. You're more than welcome. And, like we'd love to also get, fresh eyes on what we're doing and different perspectives from other teams. I checked into your guys' DAO too. It looks really, really cool. And we might even be able to talk more about, how we can help each other. It'd be really cool.
Would you recommend Coordinape to other DAOs, and why?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it because for us, we haven't officially formed our DAO structure entirely yet. So for us, we've sort of done it progressionally. And this Coordinape platform is a great way to make a move towards that if that's what your project's looking to do. But also, they have a great document base. And one of the biggest things that stood out to me was one of the early pages just explaining what Coordinape was designed to do and why the team came up with the vision. And it made a lot of sense. So, on a board of directors or a C club, there's a lot of high-level decision-making that's made with a group of people voting, right? But when it comes to budgetary management, because snapshot and things like governance voting, that takes care of the decision-making. But when it comes to budgetary management and stuff, there isn't a lot of like voting-based or share-based or democratic process that's put on the blockchain for that type of concept. So Coordinape sort of attacked that and said, hey, well, we can make a platform that lets the community or whoever's in the circle nominate where a certain budget should go. And so it's sort of democratized that. And for me, I was like, wow, that's a no-brainer, right? If you're a DAO and you want to reward people for contributing, you give that power to the contributors and they can vote for each other. So if they really liked what one person they were working with has done for that epoch, they can send them some rewards and then that split up. So to me, it just made a lot of sense. And I think anyone looking for a way to sort of engage their team or their community in how to allocate rewards or allocate budgets, it's a perfect solution. So that's my 2 cents on that, or my 2 Satoshis on that.
Nice. Well, it sounds like Coordinape is a critical part of you guys' toolkit, and it's also a critical part of our DAO's toolkit. I hope you guys the best with your DAO. I'm going to follow you guys. I'll join your Discord, and we'll keep in touch. Thanks a lot for the chat.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fugu. Thanks for your time. And no, it was great to chat about it and meet another fellow Coordinape fan. So yeah, it's been great chatting to you.